Real-time intelligence is a crucial factor in winning or losing a war. Countries launch military satellites to get real-time reconnaissance data in a war situation. A satellite must travel along its orbit and conduct reconnaissance only when it is above the target. The positioning of satellite can be calculated by the enemy, who can create fake intelligence. India did indeed failed US satellites during its Pokhran nuclear test, if you remember. To overcome this, China has come up with its supersonic reconnaissance UAV WZ-8. In this video, I will tell you all about China's most secret WZ-8 drone program. But first, may I request you to kindly subscribe my channel if you are visiting for the first time. Also, do press bell icon to get notified of my new videos. So without any further ado, let's get started. China unveiled for the first time its high-altitude, high-speed drone, the WZ-8, at the National Day Parade in Beijing 2 years back in 2019. Chinese experts claimed that the drone can provide more reliable reconnaissance data in a controllable way than military satellites. Uniquely shaped like a dagger with small wings, the reconnaissance drone is likely to fly at very high altitude at a high supersonic speed and have stealth capabilities. WZ drone can be launched in the air via a bomber like H-6K bomber or transport aircraft. A satellite must travel along its orbit and conduct reconnaissance only when it is above the target, but this can be calculated by the enemy, who can create fake intelligence. However, a high-altitude, high-speed reconnaissance drone will not have this problem. The drone will also act as a soft deterrence, giving the message that the Chinese military can engage in a reconnaissance on its target, so can it launch strikes on them. Revealed publicly for the first time, the delta-winged craft measures approximately 20 feet in span, and its most distinctive features are the two bell-shaped exhausts of the kind related to a rocket propulsion system. The sleek design is absence of air intakes, but two pylon hooks suggest the possibility of an air-launched vehicle, likely carried by a Xi'an H-6K bomber. The UAV is intended for high-speed reconnaissance in high-threat and contested environments before returning to base and landing on a retractable undercarriage. With unspecified fuel type, but being rocket-powered, WZ-8 supersonic UAV could have the potential to climb to extreme altitudes, potentially nearing the edge of space. It could then use the speed and altitude it has acquired to continue on a quasi-ballistic trajectory before turning towards its recovery location once in thicker air and eventually gliding in for a landing. Without a reaction control system of thrusters, which it does not have, it would probably be limiting to flights below roughly 140,000 feet. WZ-8 can achieve a speed of around 5,555 km per hour or 4.5 Mach, that is 4 times the speed of sound. However, it is not a hypersonic platform, which is generally considered above 5 Mach in military. Even a 20-minute cruise at those speeds would allow such aircraft like WZ-8 to cover 1100 miles. It is very likely air-launched from a specified outfitted H-6 bomber, so this would not include transit time to the launch area or its flight home, which would be a gliding descent or landing. The WZ-8 is understood to have a range of 1500 miles in total. That range and altitude would allow it to cover huge swathes of the South China Sea. In fact, it could launch from near Hainan Island and recover at one of China's South China Sea island outposts and return on another mission. Its H-6 carriers can also range far out to sea, launching the drone in a very remote location and allowing it to sweep massive areas of the Pacific for American carrier strike groups or make high-speed runs over the territory of potential foes. For any military, it would not be easy to sweat down a small target like WZ-8 arriving unannounced at Mach 4.5 and 135,000 feet. It isn't clear what the aperture atop the nose is for. It could be for basic satellite communications, for semi-autonomous control, or even just periodic updates, but it could also be a celestial navigation system that would come in very handy considering its flight profile, mission set, and especially for operations in combat environments where satellite support is unassured. Such a system was used on SR-71 Blackbird and D-21 drone. WZ-8 enhances the PLA's ability to gather intelligence for not just locating carrier strike groups but also to assess damage after ballistic and cruise missiles strikes on strategic locations throughout the region. The information WZ-8 would collect could save valuable missiles for other targets and allow PLA commanders to execute an accelerated anti-access campaign during a time of war. There is little information on how is skin friction heat attenuated and what sensor packages can be integrated into its svelte, arrowhead-like design. In a war situation, how Indian military would counter WZ-8? Let me know your opinion or analysis in the comment section of the video. Shailesh Kumar, National Defense. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and press bell icon if you still have not. Jai Hind, Vande Mataram.